Hi everyone. I was planning on making a little video on what I think about playing in different modal tonalities, even just starting with the major scale family, so Lydian, major, mixed Lydian, Dorian, Aeolian or natural minor, Phrygian, did I miss anything? And maybe skipping out Locrian for now just because it's a bit of a different beast. I just wanted to, yeah, give people some pointers if they're getting into playing in these tonalities on the piano or any other harmonic instrument, guitar or whatever that can play chords. Giving people some pointers to stop them getting too lost when they're improvising, because I've been teaching lots of students recently getting into the modes, and a lot of the time students are they're kind of just like walking around meandering, finding some nice sounds, but they're not too sure of like where to come back to and how to establish those sounds. Because for the most part, if we haven't listened to a lot of modal music, if we're saying like Phrygian or Lydian or one of the rarer, one of the more kind of extreme modes, if you wander too far, you basically just end up reinforcing major a lot of the time. You'll flip back into a different mode, um, just because we've listened to so much more major music, or maybe even natural minor. Those two are quite strong, and probably you don't need many tips. But for the others, obviously listening to a whole bunch of music is primary, and if you can find a whole bunch of Dorian and mixed Lydian and Phrygian songs, go for it. Um, but assuming that you've got a little bit of a listening vocab, I'm going to do this stuff in D, I think. D's a great key that gives us symmetry on the keyboard. D's a mirror point, so everything around D from above and below looks the same. A flat's the other important point of symmetry, but D's a good one. Gives us all these nice key signatures that we'll be familiar with if we're reading music. And I'm going to start at the top of the rainbow, so I'll play a little bit, and then I'll try to describe what I'm doing and give you some pointers. So I'm going to start in Lydian. I'm going to set up a little drone DNA, establish the tones of the tonality. Making sure that the tonic still sounds like home. Feel that tension on 2, 7. Feel that resolution wanting to come. There we are. There's still a couple of tones that I haven't used. I've used. So see if you can like pre-hear them before I play. That sharp 4, characteristic of Lydian. Resolve up. We can resolve down. Now we might start introducing some chords. We've got our D chord, we've got our tonic, our 1. And using that Lydian sharp 4 note, if we put that in a chord, it's probably a good idea to put it in a 2 chord. So we got D and we've got E major. That tonic sound, stable. That 2 sound leading, right? Back home. So if I had to pick 2 chords to write a Lydian song, the 1 and the 2 would be it. But let's pick one more. Let's go below as well. Let's go to 7. Feels pretty dissonant against the drone, but if we hear those leading notes, and we feel that resolution, It's like the opposite of what the 2's doing. So far this has all been over a drone. We actually don't need to play all those chords vertically. We could use them melodically, right? There's the 2. There's the 7. Back to 1. There's the 7. There's the 2. And there's 1. But sometimes it could be more ambiguous. As long as you can feel that resolution. And you don't get lost. So it's easy not to get lost if we've got a drone down here in our left hand, because it's stabilizing everything, right? If we start using our left hand to actually employ those harmonies, we can't feel that D's always there, but we can kind of hear when we're back there. The thing not to get pulled into is if we go too much. If we use too much of an A chord, it's probably going to pull us into A major because it's got the same set of notes. It's in the same family. So I would say try to avoid the 5 chord if we're in Lydian, just to give yourself some stability, right? Make sure that this sounds like home, not this. We can have a melodic center up here. But you can feel that we actually want to be pulled back here harmonically. Actually, I might break these up into smaller videos. This has already been 7 minutes, and this is just one tonality. So maybe we'll go through a family. I'll do a little video on each. So if this is Lydian, we'll have a short little one on major if we need it. We'll do one on Mixolydian. What else we got? Dorian, Aeolian, which is natural minor, Phrygian, and I'll leave Locrian as a little exercise to why I haven't put that on the set, because it doesn't really work so well with these, like this chordal kind of approach. I would say let's stick to 3 chords for each. Let's stick to primary chords. So if we're thinking in numbers, we got the 1, we got the 2, and the 7 is a minor chord here in Lydian. So just to put that in practice, this has all been in D, but let's check it over on C as well. Just establish that. It's like major with a sharp 4, if we want to think of it that way. Or it's like in the family of 1 sharp, it's the family of G major. That's another way to think of it. So if we're using 1, 7, and 4. Sorry, 1, 7, and 2. There it is again, right? If we're just over a drum. Feel that pull and the resolution, pull and the resolution. Feel the pull and the resolution. Let's do one more key just to balance things out. Let's do a bit of a rarer key. Should we do D flat Lydian? Like D flat major with a sharp 4. Melodically, harmonically, the 1, the 2, 7, back to 1. All right, 10 minutes. That's plenty long enough. Hopefully that gets the concepts through for how to explore Lydian a little bit. And yeah, I'll try and complete the series with at least 5 other videos. So look out for those. We'll start on D. We'll jump around to other keys, and we'll think about those numbers 1, 2, and 7 minor. Gives you a really good foundation in Lydian. Enjoy.